नमस्कार दोस्तों, इंजीनियरिंग टॉक्स में आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। इस सीरीज़ में हम अलग अलग एक्सपर्ट से इंजीनियरिंग और इंजीनियरिंग से रिलेटेड सारी चीज़ों के बारे में बात करते हैं। सेशन के दौरान अगर आप एक्सपर्ट से कोई भी प्रश्न पूछना चाहते हैं तो कमेंट में ज़रूर लिखिए, हम उसका समाधान करने का पूरा प्रयास करेंगे। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का टॉक इन अ डिफरेंट वे।
Imagine you had the power to create a new world. What would you do with that power? Would you use it for or against humanity? Right from our mythological stories to sci-fi movies, we see that in the end, humanity triumphs over evil. Today's emerging technologies are just like that power that is reshaping the future world. Technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, conversational systems, blockchain, IoT, cloud computing, augmented or virtual reality, 5G, you name it, and all of these have the power to shape up the future. Name it, and each one of these have the power to build a new connected world full of newer opportunities. If you had that power to build these technologies as future engineers, how would you use that power? Hi. My name is Hetal Jani, a user experience design head, emerging technology group in one of the biggest Indian multinational IT service and consulting company. I manage end-to-end design operations in the range of digital products from diverse business domains like banking, insurance, retail, marketing, healthcare, etc. With nearly about 2 decades of experience, I have served a number of companies like Capgemini, multinationals like Mphasis, Hewlett-Packard, Godrej. I'm particularly keen on how the emerging technologies have been shaping and transforming human-machine interactions. I have also been involved in several thought leadership areas like speaking at various events and conferences, conducting design thinking workshops on changing role of user experience in the emerging technologies, and several design patents granted at the US and European geographies. I'm basically a curious mind who loves to explore the world, people, places, cultures, art, architecture, and nature. With this, I would like to come back to the power of emerging technologies and its impact in our lives as creators and consumers of these technologies. We stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, and relate to one another. This transition is so compelling that it is called Industry 4.0. If you can recall history, the first industrial revolution used water and steam power to mechanize production. The second used electric power to create mass production. The third used electronics and information technology to automate production. Now, a fourth industrial revolution is building on the third, the digital revolution, that has been occurring since the middle of the last century. It is characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. It is bringing all sorts of changes at a speed, scale, and force unlike anything we have ever witnessed before. In the world where everything is getting more and more connected, increasingly science fiction is becoming science reality. Some believe that new and emerging technologies and Industry 4.0 will eliminate some jobs. Yet, the trend is moving towards huge demand for newer skills and capabilities that many engineers of past don't have today. When we talk about digital technologies, let us first understand the word digital. It is pace of change occurring in today's world with rapid adoption of technology. Everything which used to be disconnected is wired and intelligent, be it smart cars, smart homes, or smart cities. One of the prominent buzz phrases with regards to technology is digital transformation. This term is used by all sorts of organizations in alignment to Industry 4.0. Simply put, digital transformation is the use of new, fast, and frequently changing digital technologies to solve human problems. It is about transforming an organization's core business to better meet human needs by leveraging technology by data. We are witnessing the dawn of a new technological era in which people are beginning to demand that products treat them like human beings. We hear change is only constant. This applies to any career or profession you choose. Continuous cross-skilling is a need nowadays. The reason is pretty simple. Technology is constantly and rapidly evolving. Let us first understand what is emerging technology. This term means technologies that are currently developing or that are expected to be available within next 5 to 10 years, and is usually reserved for technologies that are creating or are expected to create significant impact in human lives with social and economic effects. The list of these emerging technologies is pretty huge, but the most talked about are technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, conversational systems, blockchain, Internet of Things, robotic, cloud, etc. These technologies have beginning to impact almost every engineering branch like mechanical, civil, automobile, electrical, electronic, and communication. For example, when referring to artificial intelligence in civil engineering, the image of robots running bricks comes to your mind. In contrast, these technologies have more sophisticated application in construction management, design optimization, risk and quality control. Therefore, it makes sense for civil engineers to understand artificial intelligence, as this will add significant value to their careers. Similarly, the sector of mechanical engineering is another consumer of artificial intelligence as a technology. It is consumed most in mechanical designs or engineering works. Sections of mechanical engineering like robotics, automation, or sensory technology uses artificial intelligence. Now let's look deeper in the role of these emerging techs in various sectors. Take agriculture. Agriculture is one of the core sectors where there are incredible opportunities for technologies in understanding a timely plantation or getting predictions, using fertilizers at the right time, harvesting, and the climatic conditions. Automation of farming activities is possible with the implementation of technologies like AI and Internet of Things. Farmers need to adapt to the new technologies to implement and get the maximum output from their fields. The implementation of artificial intelligence in sports industry, for example, is a game changer. There has been huge demand for AI-based applications, wearables in the sports and fitness industry, as it possesses significant capabilities. The advanced technologies will make the sports more interesting and help the athletes to go beyond the capacity to practice, augment, to deliver the best out of them. Automobile. Artificial intelligence and self-driving cars are often complementary topics in technology. Simply put, you cannot really discuss one without the other. Car manufacturers all over the globe are using artificial intelligence in just about every facet of car making process. Whether their technology is for use in public transport, ride-sharing, or personal needs, many major auto manufacturers are working to create their own autonomous cars and driving features. Entertainment. Artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality is everywhere, is making a big difference in our lives. There are big changes coming in media, entertainment, and gaming industry. Of late, we can consume the media when we want, where we want, and how we want, thanks to these technologies. Education. It is most important and vast sectors that touch every life regardless of age. AI-based solutions have been helping students and teachers at various levels. AI or machine learning is making our education system smarter and more collaborative, creating a perfect learning ecosystem. 21st century classrooms are well equipped with emerging technology solutions to deliver the best learning environment to the students. Banks and other financial institutions have been implementing artificial intelligence and machine learning in the payment efforts and reduced complex processes through simple chatbot conversations to continue the operations without any hassles. Some leading banks also uses artificial intelligence technology in the field of an intelligent virtual assistant to improve their customer services. while some financial institutions have been using to prevent fraud and monitor potential threats to customer in commerce. E-commerce. E-commerce business is a bustling segment in the retail industry of late. Major e-commerce companies have been using advanced technologies. Companies are using AI as chatbots, AI assistants, smart logistics, algorithms to predict and analyze customers' behaviors. Sales and marketing professionals are always active with their leads and prospects. Machine learning and predictive intelligence are useful for a sales team to meet their targets and deal with the hottest and most qualified leads. Healthcare. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is certainly going to cater greater services in the healthcare sector. The implementation of the advanced technologies in healthcare sector is bliss for society as it will help ease many current challenges. It is especially true in the age of COVID-19, where WHO has been receiving overwhelming support from technology companies to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Cities under lockdown are using drones to transport medical supplies, patient sample collection, and even spray disinfectants across large areas. According to authorities, aerial tech is an effective way to scan and identify someone needing medical attention and warn those not wearing masks. Robots are doubling up as cooks, cleaners, and delivery professionals to minimize human contact. Thermal imaging and basic diagnostics are important functions for robots at front lines. The AI-based applications are useful in understanding medical data and reaching the right conclusion without direct human contact. So, we can see how these technologies are not a long-listed dream anymore. More and more industries are taking advantages of it and providing more fantastic results that can help human ecosystem. It is helping our generation to imagine an entirely new world by impacting the different fields. It is a superpower, is it not? But if not used with maturity and responsibility, it has all the possibility to backfire us. Remember the Avengers? These technologies might kill the human element attached to the process, and that's where human angle becomes so important, pushing engineers to become better, stronger, faster, and yet sensitive to human needs. When we talk of connected world, we do not mean individual systems but the ecosystems with a complex network of interconnectedness. Humans play an integral part of any ecosystem. If we hope to create something of lasting value, we need to start with what people want, not just with what's technically possible. When you start working in big organization, it's easy to just focus on technological capabilities first and later make assumptions about what value it could bring to people. Instead, successful engineers would think about what it means for people as their starting point. Knowing your audience is the key to any successful technological innovation. This is particularly true for products using new technologies. When done well, a human-centered approach to building technology fuels the creation of engineering and technological prowess that resonate more deeply with its users. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The seamless integration of a technology into our lives is almost always an act of great design coupled with smart engineering. It's the why that makes the how meaningful. Just look around you. Any successful companies or businesses are doing well because of its human-centered approach. We have also recently seen digital stalwarts like Google, IBM, eBay, and LinkedIn invest in design of more cohesive, sophisticated experiences to humanize technologies. We must consider the outputs of these technologies, what people need and want. As future engineers, it would be important for you to ask, why are we doing these things? How is humanity represented against what's possible with technology? With the world becoming increasingly interconnected and complex, design thinking offers a means to struggle with all this change in a more human-centric manner, a very important quality next generation engineers must come equipped with. First, let us try to understand what is design thinking. Design thinking is a non-linear, iterative process which seeks to understand users, challenge assumptions, redefine problems, and create innovative solutions to prototype and test. It's a process guided by the realization we don't always know what we want or use things the way we are supposed to. Children demonstrate this quality all the time. You might have noticed when you buy a baby a toy, they will often play with the box it came in. The adult sees the toy and the box. The child sees two toys. Understanding a child's inability to distinguish between the implied purpose of packaging and product is the essence of design thinking. I am reminded of Einstein's quote, "Play is the highest form of research." Design thinking improves the world around us every day because of its ability to generate groundbreaking solutions in a disruptive and innovative way. Design thinking is more than just a process. It opens up an entirely new way to think and offers a collection of hands-on methods to help you apply this mindset. The method consists of 5 phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test, and is most useful when you want to tackle problems that are ill-defined or unknown. Stage 1, empathize. Empathize is the stage which is about researching your user's needs. The first stage of design thinking process allows you to gain an empathetic understanding of the problem you're trying to solve, typically from a user's perspective through user research. Stage 2, define. State your user's needs and problems. In the define stage, you can accumulate the information you created and generated during the empathize stage. You analyze your observations and synthesize them to define the core problems in a human-centered manner. Stage 3, ideate. Challenge assumptions and create ideas. The solid background of knowledge from the first 2 phases means you can start to think outside the box, look for alternative ways to view the problem, and identify innovative solutions to the problem statements you have created. Stage 4, prototype. Start to create solutions. This is an interesting and experimental phase, and the aim is to identify the best possible solution for each of the problems identified during the earlier 3 stages. You and your teams could produce a number of inexpensive, scaled-down versions of the product or specific features found within the product to investigate the problem solutions generated in the previous stage. Stage 5, test. Try your solutions out. Designers and engineers rigorously test the complete product using the best solutions identified in the prototype phase. This is the final phase of the model, but in an iterative process such as design thinking, the results generated are often used to redefine one or more further problems. You might be wondering, how is it going to fit into your stream of engineering? How can you make use of this in your academic and professional lives? Well, for more than 30 years, design thinking has been a popular problem-solving methodology used by many businesses and consultancies. Rooted in the idea that a problem can be more effectively resolved through a disciplined combination of empathy, creativity, and rationality. For any engineer today and going forward, it is design thinking which would help reflect process of inquiry and learning that merges engineering with design by putting a focus on human factors, as well as adopting a systematic view to apply science to solve human problems. Design thinking consists of a collection of methods that are common in engineering, industrial design, and business economics. Their use is set by a human-centered innovation process which builds upon further core elements such as the adoption of an integrative mindset, utilization of space, organizational roles, and formation of multidisciplinary teams. Design thinking is a systematic approach to innovation that can produce new products, services, and business models. As a best practice, it focuses primarily on the users before generating technology solutions. Design thinking and human-centered approach to technology education has been increasingly recognized as an integral part of engineering education. For an all-round development of an engineering student, it would be very important for you to select college that helps you develop not just your scientific, analytic or logical mind, but also nurture and encourage your creative, innovative and empathetic side. I personally believe that design thinking education provides a beneficial learning environment to students with entrepreneurial aspiration and delivers a competitive advantage to technology-driven professions.
थैंक यू वेरी मच हेतल मैम हमारे शो में आने के लिए। तो दोस्तों आज हमने देखा कि कैसे इंडस्ट्री 4.0 की शुरुआत हो चुकी है और साथ ही जो टेक्नोलॉजीज़ आ चुकी है और आगे के समय में आने वाली है वो कैसे हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन, ऑटोमोबाइल जैसे सेक्टर्स में एडवांसमेंट लाएगी। साथ ही हमने जाना कि यूज़र फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजीज़ बनाने के लिए कैसे इंजीनियर्स को ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक अप्रोच अपनाना पड़ेगा और कैसे उसमें डिज़ाइन इंजीनियरिंग एक महत्वपूर्ण टूल साबित हो सकता है। तो दोस्तों इंजीनियरिंग और उसके रिलेटेड कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए आप इस नंबर पे कभी भी कॉल कर सकते हैं। ऐसे ही हम अलग अलग एक्सपर्ट से इंजीनियरिंग और इंजीनियरिंग से रिलेटेड सारी चीज़ों के बारे में इंजीनियरिंग टॉक्स में बात करेंगे, जिसके लिए आप हमारी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए और हाँ, बेल आइकन दबाना मत भूलिएगा ताकि आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिलते रहे। तो दोस्तों हमारे साथ जुड़े रहने के लिए और ये शो देखने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।